and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Alpha 4.1.1 has a new patch, and this time they allowed you, at least for a little while, to walk around the expo halls. So I want to talk about the latest 4.1.1 information, a bit of a spoiler warning for this video as well, because we are going to talk about some of the rumors for ships and where some of these displays are. We can go, well, actually, that's probably this ship or vehicle that's probably turning up there. There's also some indicators that the Idris might be relatively far along, and got stuff about the Idris P and stuff like that going on. But I also want to talk about cheating in Star Citizen as well, that I saw in a thread, and there was a dev response to that as well. Let's jump in. Alpha 4.1.1 had a new patch that was released in the evening of the 29th of April. The Fleet Week Hall is now open, located at the Brevik Convention Centre at Area 18. The halls are now open for testing and looking around. In addition, we have the HS Idris experience, and Idris is docked at the top of the ArcCorp Tower at Area 18, ready to be explored as part of the celebration. This is interesting because all the way back when they started doing some of these expos around these large points of interest, I believe that this was the plan that they wanted to do. They wanted to have the fleet coming into dock at these areas and have tours of some of the ships. So I think this is actually, they went, we can do this now with the Idris. For that build, they were running the expo halls on a 2-hour rotation. However, the expo halls were turned off relatively quickly due to a reoccurring crash. But before that, a load of testers descended upon them, and the halls were relatively empty, or at least in some areas. A load of stuff that they had not decided to show yet. There does appear that there's going to be a variety of new ships and vehicles turning up. There's a load of space for headline vehicles and that sort of stuff. They sort of like got these plinths and areas for them. Some potential spoilers here. We're going to talk about some rumors. So there's like a front and center display of some sort of Grey Cat vehicle. I'm expecting this to be the Grey Cat MTC that was spotted in the hall. So not the actual MTC was spotted, but the area where it would probably go. So I believe that's the Mobile Tactical Center ground vehicle. We don't know what it will actually do though, and again, only a rumor at the moment. There was a big area for a Mirai display. This is probably going to be a Guardian variant. We know that there's been rumors of the Guardian MX, a heavy missile variant of the Guardian. There's a big MISC display on one side of one of the halls. This is probably going to be the Star Lancer TAC. We know that's pretty much ready. There's also a big Anvil display area that was seen, and people were saying, oh, maybe this is going to be like the new Anvil ship that we've been hearing about, Anvil Asgard. Some people are saying this is going to be like a Valkyrie variant alternative. We don't know. We don't know much about what's actually going to be released. CIG will be sharing a bit more information on Thursday. Also, we've seen a sneak peek of something in the newsletter. And there's rumors like things like the Paladin might turn up as well. I mean, there's rumors for loads of other ships, actually. A lot of people are hoping things like the Ironclad might turn up, but we don't know. So there is a item that is not ready for testing for the patch, which has been redacted, something redacted. Could this be the Idris P? Because that Idris tour that they've got in the current 4.1.1 build is of an Idris P. And you can tell that because it hasn't got the railgun, and instead of one of the ordnance bays, it's got a cargo bay instead. And a lot of people were like, well, maybe this is one of the reasons that some of the work had been done on the Idris and it was like stealable and flyable. It's because they're getting it ready to be more tourable, and obviously it's getting into a pretty good state for Squadron 42's needs as well. Some people are hoping that the Idris M and P will be released at Fleet Week. It's possible. I think it's unlikely, but we'll have to wait and see. Something else that's been talked about is flight blades. There's mentions of these in the patch. The AI blades, flight blades, are going to be displayed and talked about at this Fleet Week. So this could be one of the redacted things. If they do release some flight blades, or the ability to put them in at least some ships, then it's not going to be all of them. It's going to be some with limited functions, and that's only if they're ready. CIG should be confirming the date of Fleet Week later today, but we expect it to start around the 15th, 16th of May and run to 10 to 14 days sort of thing. Actually, one of the funny things in the patch is that there isn't any flight restrictions around the Idris that's docked. Yeah, so really they need to put a no-fly zone around there, and they probably will, but we'll have to wait and see. Railgun ammo. This is another thing that's been noticed. There's been a massive capacity increase for the Idris M for railguns. No longer like 18 rounds, I think it's like 250 or something. All larger ships and the capital size ships, they've become much heavier in terms of their movement and handling as well. They are trying to balance some bits of the game. Some other additions in the patch: the Hunt the Polaris mission can now be joined by anyone, anywhere as a cooperative mission. There's further decreases to angular speed capacities for the Polaris and 890 jump, and they've increased the max range of the Polaris size 6 turret weapons. There's still some major known issues for the patch, though. They've been trying to address quantum travel issues, aligning, spooling, that sort of stuff. Players are still reporting that you kind of get like quantum travel degradation, where the more you travel, the less it becomes functional, and problems with the star map and routing and getting waypoints and not being able to spool your drive and stuff like that. This is genuinely a major blocker. They need to get that solved ASAP. There's still some issues with bed logging and the Valkyrie series with its mounted door turrets being missing, some UI issues with the medical and shopping kiosks that CIG are wanting to solve. Some of the bugs fixed in this latest patch as well. They've got stability a bit better, although performance seems to be down around Area 18, but that might just because there's a load of unoptimized assets there at the moment. But they fixed a load of quantum travel issues, mission progression, rewards and cargo bugs. The patch is in a reasonably good state if they could get the quantum travel stuff nailed down. And up performance a bit, obviously. And they had that crash issue with the sort of halls. They need to get that sorted. Really interested to know what your thoughts are on all of this, and do you think the Idris is going to turn up as in flyable and spawnable by players during Fleet Week? What are you expecting to see or hoping to see ship and vehicle wise? And do you think 4.1.1 is going to be a genuinely great patch, or do you think it's going to all explode when they sort of launch it and they'll hotfix it into a reasonable state soon after? Something else I wanted to talk about here: cheating epidemic in Star Citizen. So this was a thread I saw on Spectrum with the original poster saying, CIG, what are you doing about cheaters? Your own employees acknowledge awareness of issues, and I appreciate them doing so, but seemingly nothing is being done by the programmers to fix it. Cheating and exploiting the game is a bigger problem right now than ever. Box glitches are everywhere. They're ruining executive hangars, contested zones, and Hathor events, breaking doors and printers and cheating their way through gameplay loops. Cheaters are blowing up ships at scale with the emergency hatch release, gaining access to ships using bugs and exploits. Exploits on Alpha UEC are rampant. People are duping items. We have people putting 8 SU containers in their pants and using those boxes to restrict access to gameplay errors, amongst a bunch of other things. They're using this exploit to gain unfair advantages. We have the invulnerable people, the invisible ones, causing all sorts of problems. And more recently, players have figured out a way to wear more than one piece of armor, in essence doubling their health. The OP goes on to say there is zero legitimacy to the game as it exists. I've never played a game where there is so much rampant cheating, or cheating is so rampant. What are you doing, CIG, to stop the cheating? And yes, if you're a box glitcher, you are a cheater. I just want to say a couple of things here. I don't think cheating in Star Citizen is as rampant as they say it is. What I mean by that is there are a lot of games, and most of the games that I have loved have been ruined by cheaters and just ridiculous amounts of cheating. From Titanfall to the finals to Apex Legends, Counter-Strike, loads of different things. Rampant cheating, at least at some point in their life cycle when I was playing, I was just going, no, I'm done. I also like to say there's a huge amount of unintentional exploiting and bugs and stuff in Star Citizen that a lot of people will just sort of stumble upon, and they might be invisible, or they might be desynced, or lots of stuff might be going on that you think is a cheat, or you think is, well, that's a bit dodgy, but it's just bugs. That's not to say there are not cheaters. Yes, of course there are. And there's certainly people that are exploiting stuff actively. CIG Niku responded to this thread, though, saying, thanks for bringing up these issues. I can assure you that we take these reports seriously, and we're actively working to address as many as we can. We have dedicated internal discussions focused solely on glitches and exploits, and we are truly appreciative when players reach out privately with detailed reports about important exploits, especially those that include reproduction steps or videos. Once we have enough information, these are escalated to the relevant teams to investigate and resolve. I do want to actively say they're privately shared with as much detail as possible, because you don't want people to be able to reproduce these things from a public video that's basically a guide that makes the issues a load worse. I know some people will disagree. We're like, well, actually, you need to really beam a light on something to get it fixed. But that's armchair development. That is you going, I know better than you. And sometimes it does feel, and sometimes is, the case where CIG appear to be ignoring some issues for some reason. This might be because it's not a simple fix. This might be because they're gathering data on it. It can be that it's actually a smaller problem than you think, or it's going to be addressed in a patch in the not too distant future. But that's just my viewpoint on it. I trust CIG to make a game eventually. I can understand that it is frustrating when you are playing that game now and want to play it and want the patches to be better and better and better, and they seem to be not addressing an issue which prevents you from enjoying the game in a way that you want to be able to enjoy it, and it seems like it might be an easy fix. It is never the case, though, that you should go, I'm going to do something that CIG don't want me to do and show how to do this exploit to everyone. Don't do that. Sorry, that was a bit of a rant and a ramble, but again, feel free to tell me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I'm always willing to listen to other people. Niku went on to say, here's a quick update on some of the points you mentioned. Box glitching, we're aware of it. Some fixes have already been rolled out, but more work is going on. I think that's probably the thing that happens the most in Star Citizen from a lot of people. Alpha UBC exploits. Our team monitors for abnormal Alpha UBC activity. If you spot anything that seems off, mission rewards, bounties, etc., please share it with us. 8 SCU containers. A fix is on the way, possibly already live in the PTU. We're currently confirming the fix. Invulnerable/invisible players. This is tied to known issues with character states and is being tracked internally. Since the game is still in alpha, bugs and exploits are an unfortunate part of the process. While we welcome reports, we discourage sharing exploits publicly, as this can lead to abuse. Testing an exploit to help report it is appreciated, but repeatedly using one for personal advantage isn't. Yeah, test it in the PTE where you can, and if you are going, actually, I think I've stumbled upon a exploit, test it once, do a video on it, send it to CIG privately, bam, fantastic. Or add to a report that already exists on the issue council. Boom! That's it for your updates today. Really interested to know if you think cheating is rampant in Star Citizen, and do you consider some of these exploits as cheats, or are you like, yeah, but they'll get fixed and it's an alpha for a reason? Are you like, it happens really rarely, I think, because I've never seen it? Are you excited for Alpha 4.1.1? Do you think it's actually going to be released later this week or next week? Or when do you think we're getting 4.1.1? Are they going to hold it back for Fleet Week? Do you think the Idris will be turning up? Stuff like that. Tell me what you think in the comments below. What's that? You want some cool little joysticky boys? Well, maybe you want to get yourself some THRUSTMASTER Sol R 1 or 2s. So the Sol R 1 is just one of the sticks, and the Sol R 2 is two of the sticks, so you can do dual stick. You could buy one, and then you could get another one later if you wanted. But it's a great single stick solution. They are purposely built for space games pretty much. I've got a video on it, but super high precision, great for Star Citizen, lots of clicky buttons. Use the link below to get yourself a Sol R 1 or 2, or one of THRUSTMASTER's fine other products. It helps out the channel as well. Other things, we've got a giveaway. We're giving away, and I think this is the last chance for you to get involved with it. We're giving away 3 Drake Golems, the cool little mining ship for Star Citizen, with a game package and lifetime insurance. One of those was given to us by CIG. We're giving one each to 3 lucky winners. Just comment on any of our videos made during this lovely month of April. We've got links down below for NordVPN and the join button under my videos. You want to help support the channel, do some of that stuff as well. Click the affiliate links. It helps out the channel loads. But, NordVPN, best VPN, or like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great May, and may I see you in the verse.